Started as a day race, now it runs at night. Welcome to the Bahrain International Circuit and welcome to the Bahrain Grand Prix. We go racing today around the 3.36 miles of the magnificent Bahrain International Circuit with 15 corners and 2 good passing opportunities into turns 1 and 4. Keep an eye out for drivers locking the front left tyre into the tricky braking zone of turn 10. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole. And Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Antonelli, Alex Albon, and Piastri, Gasly, Russell, Fernando Alonso, and Esteban Ocon. Sainz, Aaron, Nico Hülkenberg, and Behrman. Stroll, Hadjar, Lando Norris, and Gabriel Bortoleto. Lawson, Crawford, Maloney, and Franco Colapinto rounds off the grid. And alongside me today, former Formula One driver and former world champion too. See, told you I'd give you a big intro. Anthony Davidson, hello. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, for them, you've got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers that, some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music. Some drivers really absorb the energy from the crowd and they're there waving to them. Other drivers, they go within themselves. They chat to their engineers, absorbing that information, that vital information that you need to carry you through the race. And, those pre-race rituals are essential to making things systematic. We do a lot of Grand Prix in a season, and the more systematic you can be, the easier you are within that environment.
He makes his Ferrari debut and the 75th anniversary season of Formula One. It's lights out and away we go. And it's Lando Norris tiptoeing away from the start. Max Verstappen. It's Verstappen far enough back. He's going to make the lunge down the inside. Hamilton sees him coming. It's a late lunge by Verstappen. On the brakes, Leclerc has that inside line. Perez goes off the track. Comes the chicane. Off goes Leclerc. Through goes Hamilton. Unbelievable stuff.
Now use DRS now available. Okay, we're monitoring somewhere on the internal combustion engine. Be aware that we're going to start to see a loss of power.
normally down into turn 5 is Verstappen, far enough back, he's going to make the lunge down the inside. Hamilton sees him coming, it's a late lunge by Verstappen, who takes the lead of the race. Verstappen now. Verstappen try and get past Hamilton. First overtaking zone is normally down into turn 5. Is Verstappen far enough back? He's going to make the lunge down the inside. Hamilton sees him coming. It's a late lunge by Verstappen.
Grand Prix.
Hamilton's going to try again. This time on the inside and continent touch. Cuts the chicane. Golf goes to Leclerc. Through goes Hamilton. Unbelievable stuff. Yeah, Perez is catching Charles Leclerc, who takes him towards the inside. Perez on the inside, Charles Leclerc gives him just enough space. Can Perez squeeze past? They're going wheel to wheel towards Vale now. Who's going to be last on the brakes? Leclerc has that inside line. Perez goes off the track, cuts the chicane. Off goes Leclerc. Through goes Hamilton. Unbelievable stuff.
Race over, take care of the car on the way in.